Charlie, are you thinking of college?
No, I'm still thinking of getting out of the 8th grade.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, the trouble is with you, young man, you have no get up and go. Why don't you kindle the flame of ambition?
I'm sorry, Bergen. The pilot light's out. Gee, I wish I was out of school. That's what I wish. I wish I had $1 million, too. That's what I wish.
That's a silly wish.
With things so high, I better make it $2 million.
Yeah. Say, that's a pretty girl dressed in that nurse's aide uniform. Do you know who she looks like?
Yeah. Why, you're right, Bergen. It's Jane Wyman. Yoo-hoo, Miss Wyman.
Hello, Edgar. Hello, Charlie.
Oh, Jane, what are you doing here?
Helping out as a nurse's aide.
Oh, well, roll up a bandage and tell us about it. Oh, you'd make a beautiful Florence Nightingale. No.
Would you like to have me around when you're sick?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind having you around when I'm well, either.
Charlie, if you were my patient, I'd watch over you like a baby.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. What do you say to that?
Good.
Oh, hello, Charlie and Edgar. What are you blighters babbling about?
We're talking to Jane Wyman.
Oh, how do you do, Miss Wyman? I see the most wizard thing just happened to me. It's just too wonderful.
Yeah, well, what are you so smug about?
Well, look here, Charlie. Look, I found this bottle.
About?
Yeah, of course, there's no label on it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Napoleon brandy.
Yeah, well, you'd better be a little careful. You know, in a hospital, it might be a bottle of ether.
Well, let's open it up and take a sniff.
Oh, boy, another minute and it would open itself. What'd you like?
Smells like vodka. What do you think, Miss Wyman?
Smells like fingernail polish.
Well, now it's my turn. I still say that's ether.
Ether? Let me take a whiff of that stuff. Woo. Here I come, dreamland. Woo.
That's enough, Charlie, that's enough.
That stuff makes me feel so dizzy, wizzy.
Let me smell it again. I still say it's nigger pail polish.
I don't agree with you. I think it smells a little like a suction soda.
Give me another whiff of that, will you? Oh, Mr. Noble, I never knew you had 2 heads.
Oh, yes, old man. I always carry a spare.
Ooh, I'm so sleepy.
Let me take another whiff.
Let's all sniff.
Yeah. I still say it's Bransky.
Calling Dr. Pinkham. Dr. Pinkham, report to surgery. The sink is stopped out.
Where am I?
You're in a hospital.
In a hospital? Let me out of here.
But I'm your nurse.
Keep me in here. How'd I get in the hospital?
Don't you know?
Now, don't tell me the Start brought me.
Here comes your doctor.
Don't know why all my patients seem to die. Stormy weather. Tell me, my little Wiener Schnitzel, are you the patient?
Well, I'm not the bedpost.
You could have fooled me.
Yeah, well, who are you?
I am Dr. Streptococcus von Anderschlang, MD, COD.
And to you.
Tell me, nurse, is the patient making any progress?
Well, not with me, he isn't.
Well, I take a look at the shaft. Gallant Joe closed fast in the stretch, but he was no match for me. Oh, wrong shaft.
Yeah.
What do you think's wrong with him, doctor?
I don't know. I give him a thorough examination. Let me see. Aha. So.
What's up, Doc?
You have got hardening of the art galleries, complicated by lumbar fandango, and delicious anemia.
What have we got here?
What would you suggest we do, doctor?
Oh, we might as well operate. What have we got to lose?
Yeah, just me, that's all.
Now, Charlie, don't you worry. He won't cut very deep.
It doesn't make any difference how thin you slice it, it's still McCarthy.
Doctor, Dr. von Underslung, is it a serious operation?
My dear girl, all my operations are serious. Now, don't you think you'd better boil the instrument?
Oh, let's fry him for a change.
Oh, pardon me. What are you doing, Doctor?
I am about to operate.
Oh, how jolly. May I cut in?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yes, please do. Grab a scalpel. I'm glad you dropped in. Maybe you can help me correct my slides.
Doctors, do you know what this patient is suffering from?
Well, if you ask me, I think it's wrong diagnosis and floating dialects.
How do you operate, Doctor?
Strictly cash in advance.
Dr. von Underslung wanted. Dr. von Underslung wanted in St. Louis, Chicago, New York. Reward.
I'm a very popular fellow.
Doctor, why do you have to operate at all on this boy?
Why, he can't live 5 minutes unless we operate. What's that?
That's lunch.
I see you after lunch, kid.
Hey, wait a minute. What's the idea?
Charlie, the folks here today were very nice to us, weren't they?
Yeah, they were really super. And so was Jane Wyman.
Yes. Hey, do you know who's going to be with us next week?
Oh, who?
Richard Widmark. You know the fellow who played that menacing gangster in the motion picture Kiss of Death?
Wow. I better start raising an extra crop of goose temples. Hey, good night, folks.
From Hollywood, it's Dream Time. Ladies and gentlemen, the makers of Dream Shampoo are pleased to present The Dream Show, produced by Carlton Alsop and starring Don Amici.
Let me sleep, will you please, Blanche?
Danny Thomas.
It's a free country. I'm a citizen.
And Francis Langford. Yes, for lovely, lustrous hair, for all types of hair, use Dream Shampoo. D-R-E-N-E, Dream Shampoo, in the familiar blue and yellow package. And now Don Amici and Francis Langford as John and Blanche Bickerson in The Honeymoon is Over, written by Phil Rapp.
If he doesn't stop it, I'll die. Oh, I've tried everything. I've rolled him over, I've snapped my fingers, I've uncovered. They say if you whistle in a monotone, maybe that'll work.
Blanche, wake up.
What's the matter?
Turn over your side. You're whistling.
I know I'm whistling. It's the only way I can stop you from snoring.
No, it's just your imagination. I never snore. Go to sleep.
John! Don't take it too lightly, John Bickerson. It's habits like that wrecks more homes than drinking.
It doesn't wreck my drinking.
Nothing could wreck your drinking. Is it any wonder we can't afford even the bare necessities of life when you squander every penny on that stuff?
I never squander anything.
I was cleaning up yesterday and I found an empty bourbon bottle in the laundry hamper.
What about it?
I found another empty bottle under the icebox and 2 more empty bottles in the chandelier. That's where your money goes, isn't it?
It is not. I never bought an empty bottle in my life.
I worked like a slave to save $1. Never a word of gratitude. I spend half my life cooking your meals, and what do I get for it? Nothing.
You're lucky. I get indigestion.
That's right. Complain about my cooking.
Oh, I eat everything you give me.
You didn't touch the rhubarb pie I made.
Well, it didn't look good. 2 feet long.
Well, I couldn't get any shorter rhubarb.
I hate rhubarb anyway. I hate all desserts, and you know it. Why don't you quit wasting your time making them?
The minute I stop making desserts, you'll start asking for them. I know you, John. You're just the most contrary person
Blanche,
that
will
ever...
you please stop talking?
No.
Why not?
Because if I stop talking, I'll fall asleep, and then you'll start snoring and get me up, so the only way I can get any sleep at all is to stay awake all night.
Now, go figure that one out.
Besides, I'm too sick to sleep.
Uh-oh.
I don't think I'll live through the night. I'm in such terrible pain.
What's the matter now?
I've got neuralgia or something. The pain starts in my temple and goes down my face, and it jabs like a needle. Then I get dizzy, and I feel as though I'm going to fade away.
You say it, but you won't do it.
Why don't you do something for me and end my misery? I told you I'm dying.
Okay, put on the lights.
The lights are on. Take off your sleep shade.
Oh. Where do you keep your stockings?
Stockings? What do you want my stockings for?
You want me to end your misery, don't you? Give me a stocking.
John, you're going to strangle me.
Oh, I'm not going to strangle you.
Then what do you want my stocking for?
I'm going to soak it in bourbon. The finest remedy in the world.
John Bickerson, you're not going to tie any bourbon-soaked stocking around my face.
You don't tie it, you chew it slowly. You start at the toe and gradually work your way up to the top.
Is that supposed to put me to sleep?
No, but it'll make it a pleasure to stay awake. Now, where's the bourbon?
I don't want it. I don't want you trying out those insane remedies on me.
All right, then suffer. Put out the lights.
How can anybody be so unfeeling?
Well, I'm sleepy, and it's after 3 o'clock. You won't let me help you? You just want to keep me awake, don't you? Why don't you admit it?
I'm sick.
Well, chew a stocking.
You wouldn't tell Gloria Gooseby to chew a stocking.
Oh, now, don't start with Gloria Gooseby.
Believe me, that woman knows how to get sympathy and attention.
Blanche, can't I spend one day of my life without Gloria Gooseby?
Is that where you've been spending your days?
I forbid you to ever mention that woman's name again as long as you live. Do you hear me? And you know where I am every minute of my life.
What time did you get in tonight?
I got in at 2 o'clock. I went to a bachelor dinner given for your broken-down brother Amos, who's going to get married tomorrow. We went all through this when I got home, didn't we?
You didn't tell me what happened at the bachelor dinner.
Nothing happened. Just a lot of men smoking and swapping stories.
No women?
No women.
How'd you get the lipstick on your collar?
It isn't lipstick, it's blood. I cut myself shaving tonight.
You didn't shave tonight.
Well, then I cut it yesterday.
You put on a clean shirt before you left. How'd the blood get on that?
I'm a slow bleeder. Well, what are you driving at, Blanche?
Don't act so innocent. I know all about these bachelor dinners. Don't tell me there were only bachelors there.
There were all married men and only one bachelor, your brother Amos.
No women?
No women. If you knew all about bachelor dinners, why didn't you make a party for them right here in your own house?
Because I'm not entertaining this season.
You're never entertaining.
Maybe I'm not. Not as much as those dancers at bachelor dinners.
Nobody danced. All we did was give a word of advice to a young man about to get married.
What was your word of advice?
Don't.
Sure. That's just like you to discourage my poor brother before he gets married. He's got a lovely girl and he's a wonderful boy.
Oh,
They'll get
wonderful.
along beautifully. What right did you have to discourage him?
Oh, I didn't discourage him. Everybody kidded him.
You hate being married, don't you?
No, I don't hate it.
You don't like it.
I wouldn't say that.
Why not, John?
It'll only start another argument. Why don't you let me sleep, Blanche? I have to get up so early in the morning.
We'd be much happier if you'd talk to me more.
Oh.
Mel Shaw tells Louise everything that happens.
Oh, what of it? I tell you lots of things that never happen at all.
You'll never convince me. You just sat around tonight smoking and telling stories.
I swear that's all there was to it, Blanche. Except after the speeches were over, Amos awarded a high silk hat to any man who could get up and say he never kissed any woman except his wife since they were married. Mel Shaw won it.
Why didn't you stand up?
Oh, Blanche, you know I look like the devil in a high hat.
I don't know, John. You're certainly not the same man I married.
Don't tell me there's a loophole.
See, that's exactly what I mean. No matter how I try to be soft and pleasant to you, you'll always say some sarcastic remark and start an argument again.
Well, I'm just sleepy.
When we were engaged, you were never sleepy. All you wanted to do was hold my hand and stare at me. You said I was on your mind every minute of the day and night. You couldn't think of anything but me.
Well, I married you, didn't I?
What for?
So I could forget you.
That's no lie. Here you are running off every night to smokers and bachelor dinners. Leave me here all alone with no friends.
Oh, I never leave you alone.
Let me spend the rest of my days in solitude, growing old and feeble, nobody to give me any food and no strength to walk to the kitchen.
Blanche.
Why don't you get me a wheelchair, John?
Why don't you stop getting hysterical? Inside of 10 seconds, you made yourself 90 years old. You're just trying to start something again.
Nothing would ever start if you didn't snore like a steamboat.
Well, can I help it if I snore?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
Dr. Marvin says you snore on account of your windpipe.
Yeah.
You have a flaccid trachea, and when you inhale, it flutters. Why don't you let him fix it?
Okay, I'll have it fixed next week.
You say it, but you won't do it. Let him fix it now.
What?
Go on, get up and let Dr. Marvin pull out your trachea.
Are you out of your mind? You think I'm going to let that butcher bore holes in my throat?
He doesn't bore, he just inflates it with a needle.
I don't care if he blows it up with a bicycle pump. Nobody's going to fool around with my trachea. I never heard of such a thing.
Well, go sleep in the kitchen.
All right, I'll go sleep in the kitchen.
And on your way, I want you to send a wire to Amos and tell him marriage is good for him.
Now, wait a minute, Blanche.
I'm warning you, John. If you don't wire Amos this minute, I'll get my things.
All right. I swear you can think of more things to keep me. Oh, my knee. Oh, put on the lights.
The lights are on. Take off your sleep shade.
Sending wires at 4 o'clock in the morning to... Hello, Western Union. I want to send a wire to Amos Badger. Carry United Nations Pool Hall. Yes, that's where he lives.
Make it a nice telegram.
Say, Dear Amos, congratulations on your forthcoming marriage. You're doing the wise and sensible thing, and life will take on a new meaning for you. I only hope that you and your bride will be as happy as Blanche and I have been. I heartily recommend the serious step you're about to take. Just a minute. You want to add anything, Blanche? Blanche. Hello? Say, P.S. Blanche just fell asleep. Stay single, you idiot. Signed, John. And now here is Don Amici wishing you good days, good nights, and good luck until we meet again.
Why isn't there more soap? Well, because adequate supplies of soap, fabrics, medicines, and many products can't be made without more fats than are available today. That's why everyone is urged to save every drop of kitchen fat every day. The need is urgent, the reason sound, and dealers now pay more per pound.
Show, starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, and Dennis Day.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's go out to Jack Benny's home in Beverly Hills, where we find Rochester tidying up Jack's den.
Say, here's something the boss must have mislaid. It's a letter from the doctor who examined him, and it isn't open. I better take it to him.
John, without you, life isn't worth living.
Say, Mr. Benny, I found...
Quiet, Rochester. I'm listening.
John, how can you walk out on me after all we've been to each other?
I'm sorry, Agnes, but marriage isn't for us. It just wouldn't work.
It serves me right. I should have listened to my father.
Your father. If he kept his nose out of it, things might have been different.
Oh, they would, eh? Well, if I never see your face again, it will be all right with me. Goodbye.
That suits me fine. Goodbye.
Gee, this party line is better than a radio. No commercials. Hey, what do you want, Rochester? Quiet, Polly. What is it, Rochester?
I found this letter from your doctor. It says, the results of your examination show the following. Your blood pressure is normal, your heart is perfect, your lungs clear, your blood count average, and you're in perfect condition. The doctor must have sent you this by mistake.
Nonsense, Rochester. I feel wonderful. There's no mistake. Read on.
You're in perfect condition. I want to congratulate you and hope it's a boy.
What? Rochester, let me see that report. You see? There, it was sent to the wrong address.
Phew.
Rochester, stop holding my hand. I'm all right. I'll get it. Well, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack.
Gee, Mary, it's good to see you again. Everybody missed you last week.
Well, it was nice of you to let me go back to Plainfield for Mom and Papa's 40th anniversary.
Anniversary.
Hello, Polly.
Well, hello, you.
Poor Polly, she doesn't know she's a girl. How was the anniversary party, Mary?
Well, Jack, it was such a gay party. Somebody sneaked in and spiked the punch with bourbon.
No kidding. Do you know who did it?
Yeah, Papa.
Oh.
And, Jack, you should have been there to see my sister Babe. She's very fashionable now. She's got that new look.
Shame she's got those old parts. Mary, what are you doing?
I'm reading this letter from your doctor.
Oh, that. It was just...
Why, Jack, so that's why you couldn't go to Claudette's party.
That letter was sent here by mistake. Rochester, answer the door, will you, please? I still can't understand what happened last week, Mary. Ronald Coleman called me, invited me over to his house for a costume party. When I got there was no party at all.
Something wrong, Mr. Benny?
No, Dennis. It's nothing that would interest you.
Hello, Mary.
Hello, Dennis. Do you want to see me?
Uh-huh. You know, I sure missed you, Mary. I thought about you every single day while you were gone.
Really?
Yeah, you went off with the keys to my car.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dennis. I have them in my purse.
Dennis, stop reading that letter. It's from my doctor.
Why are you keeping it a secret? You should be very happy.
Dennis, don't be silly. That's a mistake.
But the letter says...
I don't care what the letter says. It's impossible.
Oh, yeah, you're not even married.
Yes, I'm glad you figured it out.
Say, Jack, are we going to rehearse the program this afternoon like we always do?
No, Mary, I put it off till tomorrow. I have to go down to the Motor Vehicle Bureau and have my driver's license renewed. It expired over a month ago. You know, when I go to a bar, they always ask me if I'm over 21, you know. Anyway, Dennis, we'll have our rehearsal tomorrow. Your voice is better than ever. I suppose you'd be another Edward G. Robinson or a Ronald Coleman.
It was awfully nice of you to say that, old fellow.
Look, stop with those silly imitations, Dennis. You don't sound like Coleman at all.
Well, you thought so last week when I called and invited you to a party.
What? You were the one that called me and disguised your voice like Ronald Coleman? Dennis, answer me. Answer me!
Jack, take your foot out of his mouth.
Dennis, how could you do a thing like that to me? Now I realize what a fool I made of myself last week. I don't blame Ronnie for being mad at me. I better call him up and apologize. What a foolish thing that is.
The Ronald Coleman residence?
Hello, is Mr. Coleman there?
Who shall I say is calling?
Jack Benny.
One moment, please.
You know, I feel better already. I mean, I'll explain everything to Ronnie. He'll understand. We'll be friends again. After all, we do have so much.
Hello?
Hello, Ronnie?
This is the butler again, sir.
Well, did you tell Mr. Coleman that I'm on the phone?
Yes, sir, and it's the first time he ever hit me.
Hit you? What's come over him?
I don't know, sir, but when I mentioned your name, he screamed, Jack Benny, Jack Benny. And then he mumbled something about dropping dead.
Well, never mind. I'll just write a note and stick it in his laundry bundle. Goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
What happened, Jack?
Nothing. Ronnie wasn't in. Dennis, I can't get over it. How in the world could you think of pulling a trick like that?
Well, I don't want to take all the credit, Mr. Benny. Phil Harris helped me think of it.
What?
In fact, it was his idea.
Let me at that phone again. I'll fix it. Imagine two guys getting together.
Phil Harris has residence. Algernon, the butler speaking.
Butler? Phil has a butler.
Why not? He's got 2 shows, you know.
I know. Let me talk to Mr. Harris.
Okay. Get this shirt on.
Some butler. What I'm going to tell Phil is plenty.
Mr. Harris, social secretary speaking.
A butler and a social secretary. Having 2 shows certainly gone to his head. Put Mr. Harris on the phone, please.
Just a minute. I'll stop fanning him.
Tell Mr. Harris I want to talk to him.
Okay. Hey, Maharaja, get up off that Persian rug. You want it on the phone.
Okay. Alice, you can take off that veil and stop dancing.
How do you like a guy like that?
Hello?
Phil, this is Jack.
Oh, hiya, Jackson. What kind of a vitamin pill is holding you up today?
Never mind. There's something I want to talk to you about.
What is it?
Phil, did you put Dennis up to playing that trick on me last week?
Oh, you found out about it, huh? Pretty good, eh, Jackson?
Pretty good. Let me tell you something.
I knew that when we did it, you'd appreciate the humor behind it.
Look, Phil.
You're the kind of a man who can recognize the basic fundamentals of satiristical comedy.
I am?
Yes, sir. That's why the name Jack Benny is regarded by millions of people as the ultimate in the field of entertainment.
Well, I certainly appreciate it.
That's okay. Goodbye, Jackson.
Goodbye, Phil. Oh, Phil, I got the most wonderful news to... Oh, I keep forgetting that letter was sent here by mistake. Goodbye, Phil. Now, come on with me, Mary. I got to go downtown and get my driver's license. Hey, here comes Don Wilson.
I hope I'm not late for rehearsal, Jack.
Oh, Don, I should have called you. We're not rehearsing until tomorrow because I have to go and get my driver's license renewed.
Well, Jack, this whole thing only takes a minute, and we might as well rehearse the commercial while I have the quartet here.
Oh, the sportsmen, where are they?
Right behind me.
Oh. Hello, fellas. You know, boys, you shouldn't always be walking behind Don. I mean, you're getting pale. You need a little sunshine. Look, Don, I'm really in a hurry. Come on, Mary. I got to get downtown. Here it is, Mary. Department of Motor Vehicles. Oh, here's the girl over here taking the application.
Can I help you, sir?
Yes. I came here about my driver's license.
My, how'd you ever think of this place?
Well, you were recommended by some pedestrian, you see. This is one of the places they told me to go. Now, miss, my license is expired, and I want to get a new one.
All right. Your name?
Jack Benny.
Name, Jack Benny. Sex, male.
Yeah, but they had him worried this morning.
Married.
What's your height?
5 feet 10.
Weight?
157.
Hair?
$1.98.
She doesn't mean that. She means the color. Miss, my hair is sort of a palomino gray.
Oh, yes. I noticed you're wearing a side saddle. Your eyes?
A lazy lagoon blue.
All right. Take this application and get in line at window 3 for your eye test.
Thank you. Come on, Mary. I got to go to window 3.
Yes, sir. Right over here. You're next.
Thank you. This is where I take my eye test, isn't it?
Yes. Now, can you read the third line on that chart?
Not very well without my glasses.
Can you read the second line?
Oh, yes. It says...
would you mind taking a step back?
Not at all. Why?
You're supposed to be at least 1 foot away from the chart.
Oh, yes. Now, what do I do next?
You have to take your road test. Go right through that door to the street.
Thank you. Come on, Mary.
Who takes the next driving test?
I do. Mary, you wait here. I'll be back in a minute.
Follow me.
I hope I won't be nervous. I haven't driven in an awfully long time. This is my car right here.
Now, before we start, I want to find out how much you know about a car.
Yes, sir.
Now, where's your gasoline tank?
In the rear.
Your gauge?
38.
What?
Oh, I thought you said my age. The gauge is on the dashboard.
All right, Mr. Benny. Start the car.
Yes, sir. The motor must be cold.
Shall I crawl underneath and light a can of Sterno?
No, I'll try it again. Well, we're running along smoothly now. Is there anything in particular you'd like me to do?
Yes, get off the sidewalk.
Oh, pardon me. We're okay now. And I want you to know that I can really drive better than this, but I'm a little nervous with an inspector in the car.
I understand. Now try and keep your mind on your driving, Mr. Benny.
I will.
See that big truck in front of you?
Which one?
That one. You can take your head out of the windshield now.
Look, Inspector, I can explain the whole thing. It's just that I was...
What's the matter with you? Can't you see where you're going, you dumb ox?
What?
You heard me. I got a good notion to haul off.
Speed
Yeah, slug him.
Wait a minute, driver. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves. Standing here arguing when on our feet lies a poor little dog. Come here, puppy. Up into my arms. Were you hurt bad?
He's a nice guy.
Yeah. Anybody that loves dogs is okay with me.
Poor little puppy.
Hey, you know, Bud, you really are a nice guy. I had you all wrong. I'm sorry I flew off the handle.
Oh, it's all right.
I'll see that my insurance company fixes up your car.
Thanks. Come on. Come on, puppy. Let's go home now.
Jack, I just heard a crash. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. Come on, let's get out of here.
Okay, but I thought maybe... Jack, what's that you've got cuddled up in your arms?
My toupee. Come on.